Let's talk about a driving mistake that almost all of us make. And no, I'm not talking about forgetting to use your turn signal or checking your blind spot. This is something deeper, a habit so ingrained we barely even notice we're doing it. It's all about the mindset we bring with us every time we get behind the wheel, a mindset that can turn a simple trip into a total stress fest. And it really all boils down to one simple question.
Think about it. From the second we start the engine, most of us are playing a game, right? The goal is to get there as fast as possible. Every other car is just an obstacle, every red light is a personal insult, and every open lane is a challenge we have to conquer. But what if that's the completely wrong way to look at it? What if winning the race was never the point? You know, that instinct to always be first, it leads us straight into something we're going to call the road rage trap. This is where we're going to dig into exactly why that simple drive to the store can sometimes feel like you're heading into battle. So let's give this thing a name, the modern tendency. It's a pretty good description, isn't it? It's that default setting so many of us have, where the road isn't a shared public space, but our own personal racetrack. And it's all fueled by this constant sense of rushing, of impatience, and this quiet little belief that our schedule is just a bit more important than everybody else's.
And here is the absolutely crazy trade-off we make without even thinking about it. We'll tailgate someone, we'll weave through traffic like a maniac, we'll blast through a yellow light, and for what? To save 30 seconds? Maybe a couple of minutes on a good day. We are literally putting ourselves and other people in danger just to save a tiny sliver of time. When you actually stop and think about it, it makes no sense at all.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the fix? Well, this next part, haste versus harmony, really gets to the core of it. We're talking about two totally different ways of thinking that you can choose between every single time you drive. So here it is, laid out plain and simple. On the one hand, you've got the mindset of haste. This is our default. It's competitive, it's impatient, and the only prize is getting there a little bit faster. But now look at the other side, the mindset of harmony. This completely flips the script. The goal isn't to win, it's to share. It swaps out that impatience for respect, and it puts safety and a calm journey way ahead of saving a few seconds. And the outcome of that choice? It couldn't be more obvious. Haste doesn't just make your heart race. It leads directly to stress, to anger, and to a much higher chance of getting into an accident. Harmony, on the other hand, leads to a calmer ride and a safer arrival. Not just for you, but for everyone. The choice seems so clear, so why do we so often find ourselves pulled toward the path of stress? And that question brings us to our final section, and a really powerful shift in how we think about all this. We're calling it the power of patience, and it's all about redefining what being a strong driver really means. I mean, let's be real. Reacting with anger? That's the easy part. It's just a knee-jerk reaction. Someone cuts you off, and bam, that frustration just boils right up. Laying on the horn, yelling, getting on their bumper. These things are impulsive. They take zero thought, zero control. You know, that aggressive reaction might feel powerful for a second, but it's actually the complete opposite. It's a sign that you've totally lost control of your own emotions. Real strength on the road has absolutely nothing to do with trying to intimidate the car ahead of you. And this is the core idea right here. True strength is self-mastery. It's having the ability to feel that flash of anger and then consciously choose not to act on it. It's about controlling your own response, not trying to control every other driver. That is where the real power is. So, okay, how do we actually do this? It really comes down to three things. First, before you even start the car, just reframe the whole trip in your mind. Remind yourself, this is a shared space, not my personal racetrack. Second, when you're in that moment, consciously choose calm. Ask yourself, is saving 10 seconds really worth all this stress? And finally, and this is the most important one, practice self-mastery. Think of every frustrating driver not as an enemy, but as a chance to practice and strengthen your own self-control. So I'll leave you with this. The next time you're behind the wheel and someone's driving way too slow, or they cut you off, or the light turns green and they're just sitting there, just take a breath and ask yourself this one question. Who's really in control of this car right now? Your impatience or you?